Rin stepped off the shuttle and into the glowing lights of the orbiting casino. The massive structure floated above the alien city like a jewel in space. Its walls shimmered with neon colors, and from a distance, it looked alive, moving with energy. Rin's heart beat faster. He had never seen anything like this. Humans were rare visitors here, and most aliens looked at them with curiosity. Rin adjusted the strap of his bag and took a deep breath. His mission was simple: explore the casino, see what made it so special, and learn what he could. But already, he could feel that things would not be simple. The sounds of the casino reached him before he entered: the soft hum of machines, the buzz of conversation in dozens of languages, and the occasional cheer or groan from a winning or losing player. "Rin," a voice called. He turned to see Tovo, a tall, green-skinned alien with eyes like polished stones. Tovo waved from near the entrance. "Come on, you will miss the opening." Rin hurried to follow. Mara, a smaller alien with shimmering blue skin, was already waiting. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity, scanning every corner. "You're late as usual," she teased. Rin smiled. Despite the danger and unknown, her calm confidence was reassuring. The three friends walked through the casino doors, and Rin felt a thrill. Inside, the air smelled faintly of metals and spices. Machines flashed, holographic signs floated above tables, and players from dozens of species crowded the floors. Some had 6 arms, others wings, or glowing eyes. Rin tried not to stare too much, but he could not help himself. They reached the main floor, and a large crowd had gathered around a circular platform. On it, a game of skill was in progress. Players moved their pieces with quick precision, and the holographic board shifted and changed with every move. Rin watched carefully, trying to understand the rules. "Humans are good at this," Mara whispered. "They can see patterns fast." Rin nodded. He had always relied on instinct and observation, and sometimes that gave him an edge in strange games. A voice boomed from above, announcing the start of a new round. Rin felt a spark of excitement. A player stepped forward, an alien with tall silver hair and sharp eyes. He glanced at Rin as if measuring him. Rin met the gaze without fear. Something in him, the same curiosity that had led him here, gave him confidence. The game began. Rin observed quietly, following the moves. Then, on a sudden impulse, he placed a piece in a place no one expected. The silver-haired alien frowned, then realized Rin had created a clever pattern that could win in a few turns. A murmur ran through the crowd. Rin had never even played this game before. Tovo looked surprised. "Rin, that was lucky, or smart?" Rin shrugged. "Maybe a little of both." The silver-haired alien nodded slowly, respect in his eyes. "Interesting human," he said, and walked away. Rin smiled, feeling the first hint of recognition in this vast alien world. After the game, Mara led Rin and Tovo to another section of the casino, where holographic tables glowed and machines whirred. Rin noticed the technology unlike anything on Earth. The casino seemed alive, almost intelligent, reacting to every action. "This place is more than just games," Mara said. "Some say it tests species. Only the clever survive the challenges." Rin's heart skipped a beat. Tests. Challenges. That sounded like exactly the kind of adventure he wanted. He looked at Tovo, who nodded slowly. "Be careful," Tovo said. "Not everyone here plays fair. Some will trick you. Some will try to take everything you have. But if you can survive, you might earn respect, and more." Rin felt a thrill of excitement and a little fear. The stakes were higher than he thought. But he was ready. He had survived strange worlds before, and he knew humans had a way of finding solutions where others failed. A soft chime echoed through the casino, and a holographic sign appeared above a new game room. The letters glowed: "High Stakes Challenge, all welcome." Rin's eyes widened. He had a choice: explore the ordinary games, or step into something bigger, something dangerous. He took a deep breath. "Let's see what this is," he said. Tovo and Mara exchanged a glance but followed him. Rin's pulse raced. Each step inside the new room felt like stepping deeper into the unknown. The walls glowed with shifting patterns, and tables were empty except for mysterious symbols floating in midair. Rin's instincts told him this was no ordinary game. The energy in the room was intense, almost like it was alive. "Humans have curiosity," Mara whispered. "Maybe that is their real strength here." Rin smiled faintly. He didn't know what lay ahead, but he felt ready. Humans might be small compared to some of these aliens, but they had something special: ingenuity, courage, and the ability to think differently. Tonight, Rin would see if that was enough. And so, the human stepped forward into the glowing room, unaware that the first night in the casino would change everything. Rin stepped carefully into the new room. The light was softer here, a warm gold that seemed to float in the air. The walls shifted slowly, showing patterns and symbols that Rin did not understand. Tables hovered in midair, each glowing with strange colors. There were no familiar games here. Something told Rin this was not for casual players. Tovo leaned close. "This is the hidden level," he whispered. "Not everyone knows it exists. Only those who catch attention in the main hall are invited here." Mara's eyes sparkled. "And only those with sharp minds can survive the challenges inside. Look at the symbols. They are puzzles, tests, maybe even traps." Rin nodded. His curiosity burned stronger. Humans had a way of seeing connections that others missed, and he trusted his instincts. He moved to the nearest table, which had floating discs that rotated slowly. Each disc had symbols glowing in different colors. A small panel projected instructions in alien language, but the meaning was unclear. Rin studied the discs carefully. He noticed patterns, colors that repeated, sequences that shifted slowly. He reached out and moved one disc, and immediately another disc reacted. The puzzle began to change in ways that were not obvious. His human intuition told him there was a rule he could discover. "Try combining discs of the same color," Mara suggested. "It might trigger something." Rin followed her advice. The discs clicked together, and the symbols projected a small map in the air. A doorway appeared on one side of the room. "It's a path," Rin said quietly. "We need to follow it." As they stepped forward, a soft voice echoed around them. "Welcome, challengers. Only the clever may pass. One mistake could cost everything." Rin looked around but saw no one. The voice was calm, but it carried authority. Tovo's eyes narrowed. "This is more serious than we thought. Some of these challenges are designed to test skill, but some are traps." Rin felt a thrill. He had always liked challenges, especially when they seemed impossible. Humans had a way of seeing solutions that others missed. "Then we just need to think carefully," he said. The next table they reached had floating spheres, each spinning in different directions. Colors shifted faster than before, and symbols flashed quickly. Rin could feel the tension rising. Around the room, other players appeared, aliens from various species, all watching silently. Their eyes were sharp, calculating, and not friendly. Rin's heart beat faster. The other players were good, very good. Some had multiple limbs, others glowed with energy, and one even floated above the floor using small anti-gravity devices. Rin realized he could not rely on speed or strength. He had to rely on observation, patience, and human creativity. He studied the spheres. Patterns emerged. One sphere always moved after another, creating a repeating sequence. Rin moved a sphere slightly, and Mara whispered, "Yes. That's the sequence. Keep following it." Hours seemed to pass in minutes. Rin and his friends worked together, using small hints from the other players when possible. Cooperation, not competition, was the key. And slowly, the sequence completed itself. A door of shimmering light opened at the far end of the room. Before they could step through, the silver-haired alien from earlier appeared. His gaze swept over Rin. "Interesting human," he said again. "You have talent. But talent alone may not be enough." Rin did not answer. He felt calm, confident in his human instincts. He had survived challenges before, and he trusted his mind and heart. The alien smirked and floated away. "Remember," Mara said softly, "some players will try to trick you. Stay alert." They moved forward through the glowing door and entered a room filled with holographic tables. Each table displayed a different game, each more complex than the last. Some required strategy, some memory, some logic, and some seemed to change rules in the middle of play. "This is the real test," Tovo said. "If you can win here, you will be recognized. If not, you will leave empty-handed." Ren stepped to the nearest table. A challenge appeared, a holographic maze that shifted every few seconds. He could see other players hesitating. He focused. The maze had patterns, just like the discs earlier. By noticing the repeated sequences and small hints, Ren found a path. He moved carefully, step by step, and reached the center faster than anyone expected. The crowd around the tables murmured. Some aliens whispered to each other, curious about the human who could adapt so quickly. Ren felt a small thrill of pride. Humans were not the strongest or the fastest, but tonight, in this casino, ingenuity mattered more than anything else. "Look at that," Mara said, smiling. "He's doing what humans do best, thinking differently." Ren took a deep breath. This was only the beginning. The hidden challenges had only started, and already, he could see that the casino was more than just games. It was a place that tested minds, courage, and creativity. And Ren knew, with certainty, that humans could shine here even among the galaxy's best. As the night deepened and the neon lights shimmered, Ren stepped forward to the next challenge, ready to prove that human ingenuity was a force even aliens could not ignore. Ren stepped into the next chamber, the room brighter now, full of floating platforms and glowing holograms. Each table displayed a different challenge, more complex than the last. Alien players from all corners of the galaxy watched carefully, their eyes sharp, their movements precise. Tovo leaned close. "These players are no joke. Some have studied these challenges for years. Watch carefully." Ren nodded. Humans had a way of noticing things others ignored. Patterns, timing, small details, these were strengths no alien could match easily. He scanned the nearest table, a floating sphere puzzle that shifted constantly. The spheres changed colors and positions in ways that seemed random, but Ren could feel a hidden rhythm. "Look for the timing," Mara whispered. "The spheres repeat patterns, even if it looks random." Ren smiled faintly. He extended his hand and nudged one sphere. Immediately, the others reacted. He watched closely, noting the tiny delays between each movement. After a few attempts, he aligned the spheres perfectly, triggering a cascade of light that solved the puzzle. The crowd murmured. Alien players whispered to each other, watching a human solve a challenge they thought impossible. Ren felt a thrill. Humans were underestimated, but they had creativity, patience, and the ability to improvise, qualities that even the most advanced alien minds sometimes missed. A silver-blue alien approached him, eyes narrowed. "You think you can win, human? These challenges are not just about skill, they test your limits. Are you ready?" Ren looked calmly at the alien. "I don't just react. I observe. That's my advantage." The alien hesitated, then nodded slightly and moved away. Ren felt a spark of confidence. The real challenge had begun. The next table was a memory-based game. Holographic symbols flashed in patterns too fast for most aliens to follow. Ren focused. His human mind could link shapes and colors quickly. He noticed that the flashes had a rhythm, a repeating cycle. By remembering the order and timing, Ren recreated the full sequence, completing the challenge faster than anyone else. Mara clapped softly. Impressive. You're using what humans do best: pattern recognition and adaptation. Tovo smiled. Keep it up, Ren. But don't let them see your full strategy yet. Some players might try to trick you. And they did. The next challenge involved multiple players. Ren and two alien opponents faced a moving board with floating tokens. Each move could block the other or create an opening. The aliens tried to anticipate his choices, but Ren stayed calm. He noticed a subtle delay in their reactions and used it to his advantage. By thinking one step ahead, he turned their moves against them, securing the win without confrontation. The crowd reacted. Some aliens whispered about this clever human. Others looked surprised, unable to understand how Ren could anticipate their advanced instincts. Ren felt the thrill of proving himself not through strength, but through intelligence and creativity. A small alarm sounded, and a new challenge appeared on a large holographic screen: the test of cooperation. Ren read the instructions carefully. Players needed to work together to complete a series of tasks, or no one would succeed. He turned to the nearby alien players. We need to cooperate. If we fight, we all fail. Some of the aliens hesitated, suspicious of the human. But Ren remained calm. Trust me. Humans are good at working together in unexpected ways. Let's try it. Slowly, the group coordinated. Ren observed each player's movements, predicting reactions and suggesting solutions. One by one, the tasks were completed. The final step required synchronizing multiple holographic platforms. Ren led the timing, and the platforms aligned perfectly. The challenge ended, and light flooded the room. The aliens looked at him with new respect. Mara whispered, "You're showing them something they never expected. Humans are not just small or weak, they think differently." Tovo nodded. Exactly. That is your advantage. Use it carefully. Others may try to stop you, but ingenuity cannot be beaten easily. As Ren moved to the next chamber, he noticed the silver-haired alien observing him again. This time, there was a faint smile, as if he recognized Ren's skill. Ren understood something important: humans could survive here, not by being like the others, but by being themselves. The room ahead glowed with golden light. Holographic doors shifted, showing endless possibilities. Ren felt excitement and anticipation. The hidden challenges were far from over, but he knew one truth clearly: his human mind, his ability to think, adapt, and cooperate, was stronger than any alien's assumption. Tonight, the casino had already revealed its first lesson: the galaxy underestimated humans, but humans could rise above, even in the most alien of places. Ren's pulse raced. The games ahead would be harder, the stakes higher, but he felt ready. And somewhere deep in the shadows of the casino, other players whispered, recognizing a force they had not expected: a human who could think differently, act cleverly, and survive challenges that even the galaxy's best might fail. Ren took a deep breath and stepped forward into the golden light, ready for whatever the casino would throw at him next. Ren and his friends stepped through the golden doorway, leaving the previous challenges behind. The room beyond was quieter, almost serene, with soft lights reflecting off polished metal walls. Yet Ren felt tension in the air. This place had a purpose beyond games, he could feel it. Tovo whispered, "Be careful. Some of these areas are restricted. Only the clever or brave are allowed here. The casino tests more than skill, it tests judgment." Mara's eyes scanned the room. "Look at the panels on the walls. These are not just decorations, they control systems. Lights, doors, even some of the games might be connected." Ren stepped closer, examining a holographic panel. Symbols shifted quickly, showing patterns of movement and energy. He realized that the casino itself seemed alive, adjusting to players and their actions. "This place, it reacts," he said softly. "It's like it learns what we do." Tovo nodded. "Exactly. The owner wants to see who can understand, adapt, and survive. Those who succeed are recognized. Those who fail, simply disappear from notice." Ren felt a thrill mixed with caution. Humans were good at noticing patterns and improvising. He moved to another panel, testing its response. A small doorway slid open, revealing a narrow corridor. Light spilled out, showing a hidden part of the casino that few saw. "Let's see where this leads," Ren said. The corridor ended in a room filled with floating data cubes. Each cube contained information about games, players, and casino operations. Ren reached out, touching one, and instantly holographic maps projected around him. He could see the main hall, hidden corridors, and even secret game rooms. Mara gasped. "This is incredible. The casino collects everything, every move, every strategy, every success and failure." Ren studied the maps carefully. He noticed a pattern: some areas were off limits, and security drones patrolled them constantly. But there were small openings, gaps that a clever player could use. Humans were not strong, not the fastest, but Ren realized that with strategy and observation, they could move through spaces that others could not. "Look at this," Tovo said, pointing to one cube. "The owner is testing more than skill. He's testing who can think beyond the obvious. Who can understand systems, who can cooperate, who can survive pressure." Ren smiled faintly. "Then humans have a chance. We think differently. We notice details others miss." Suddenly, the room shimmered, and alarms sounded softly. Security drones hovered near the doorways, small but fast, scanning for intruders. Ren's pulse quickened. The casino was watching. Mara leaned close. "We need to move carefully. The drones are fast, and some areas may trigger traps." Ren nodded. Using his observations, he led the group along the safest path. He noticed the drones moved in predictable patterns. By timing their movements and moving silently, they avoided detection. The corridor led them to a hidden lounge with glass walls, overlooking the main floor. From here, Ren could see other players, unaware of the secrets above. "This is amazing," Mara whispered. "We can see everything. We know how the casino works." Ren studied the room carefully. He realized that the casino was not just a place for entertainment, it was a test of intelligence, adaptability, and courage. Players who relied only on speed or strength might fail, but humans could succeed by thinking differently. Tovo looked at Ren seriously. "Remember, not all tests are obvious. Some are designed to mislead. Watch your instincts, but trust your mind." Ren nodded. He felt a thrill of determination. Humans might seem small compared to many alien species, but their creativity, patience, and courage could turn the odds. He began exploring the room further, touching more data cubes, learning how the casino reacted to players' actions. A soft chime sounded, and a holographic panel projected a message: "Next challenge approaches. Only the wise may enter." Ren smiled. He knew that the real test was just beginning. The casino wanted more than luck, it wanted understanding, cleverness, and the ability to adapt. Mara looked at him with admiration. "You're proving what humans can do. Others may underestimate us, but we think differently. That is our strength." Ren felt a surge of pride. He had survived the first hidden challenges, avoided the traps, and learned some secrets of the casino itself. He knew the next steps would be harder, the stakes higher, but he also knew that humans could shine where others failed. As they prepared to move forward, Ren glanced back at the glowing corridors behind them. The casino was vast, alive, and full of secrets. But he was ready. Humans had ingenuity, courage, and heart, qualities that could face any challenge. And somewhere deep in the casino, hidden observers watched the human who moved differently, thought differently, and survived where others struggled. They recognized something unusual, a human who could rise above, even in a galaxy filled with powerful and clever beings. Ren took a deep breath and stepped toward the next glowing doorway, ready to face the secrets and dangers ahead. The nights in the casino were only beginning, and he knew that every challenge would show the true power of human ingenuity. Ren stepped through the glowing doorway and into a vast chamber. The ceiling stretched high above, glittering like stars. Holographic platforms floated in midair, each one displaying a different game. The room was filled with the galaxy's best players, each one tense and alert. Ren felt the weight of the moment. This was the ultimate challenge. Tovo whispered, "This is it. The big game. Only the cleverest and bravest get this far. Everyone here wants to win, but very few will." Mara's eyes sparkled with excitement. "We can do this, Ren. Humans think differently. That is our strength." Ren nodded. He took a deep breath and approached the first platform. The game displayed moving patterns, floating symbols, and sequences that seemed to change unpredictably. Alien players focused with speed and precision, but Ren relied on observation. He noticed the subtle timing between movements, the rhythm that others overlooked. By predicting the sequences, he completed the first round quickly. The crowd murmured. Some aliens whispered in surprise. Ren had already caught attention, and the tension in the room grew. The big game was not just about skill, it was about thinking, adapting, and using what humans often called instinct. The next challenge involved multiple players. They had to move floating objects into precise positions while avoiding obstacles that shifted constantly. Ren observed the other players carefully. Some tried to block him, while others ignored him entirely. He stayed calm, using both strategy and intuition. He moved efficiently, completing the task faster than expected. One alien, tall and glowing with energy, floated near him. "You think you can win, human?" the alien asked, voice echoing. Ren met the gaze without fear. "I don't think. I observe, I adapt, and I act," he replied. The alien raised an eyebrow but stepped back. Ren felt a thrill. The big game was not about being the strongest, it was about thinking differently, and humans had an advantage. The third challenge was a puzzle that required coordination. Platforms shifted, lights blinked in patterns, and players had to work together to align the final sequence. Ren looked at the other participants. Some were hesitant, unsure of how to cooperate. He stepped forward, calmly giving instructions. "Watch the pattern of the lights. We move together, step by step," he said. His voice was steady, confident. Slowly, the group followed his guidance. Alien after alien adjusted their movements. Ren noticed their strengths and weaknesses, guiding the team so that each platform aligned perfectly. When the puzzle completed, a wave of light swept the room. The audience gasped. The aliens looked at Ren with new respect. A human had led them to victory where others had struggled. Mara whispered, "You're showing them that humans can lead in ways they never imagined." Tovo nodded. "Yes, Ren. That is your true power." The final stage appeared as a floating arena in the center of the room. Holographic symbols rotated above it, displaying sequences of logic, strategy, and timing. Ren approached with careful steps. The other top players surrounded him, eyes sharp and calculating. The arena challenge required quick thinking and creativity. Symbols changed faster than before, and players had to anticipate the patterns while reacting instantly. Ren relied on observation, memory, and intuition. Where aliens expected rigid responses, Ren improvised. Where sequences seemed random, he noticed the hidden patterns. Step by step, Ren advanced. His human mind adapted to every change, turning the unexpected into opportunity. Other players faltered, unable to adjust to his unconventional strategies. Ren moved with calm focus, winning rounds one after another. A soft murmur ran through the audience. Humans were small, underestimated, yet here one was outperforming even the galaxy's best. Ren felt pride, but he stayed focused. The challenge was not over. One final sequence remained, the most complex of all. He studied the holographic symbols carefully. Timing, sequence, and intuition all had to align perfectly. He took a deep breath, moving with precision. The final symbols clicked into place, and a cascade of golden light filled the arena. The crowd erupted. Aliens cheered, some in disbelief. Ren had won the big game, proving that humans could succeed through intelligence, creativity, and courage. Even the silver-haired alien from before appeared, nodding in respect. "You are remarkable, human," he said quietly. Ren smiled faintly. "Humans can surprise even the galaxy," he replied. Mara and Tovo joined him, beaming. "You did it, Ren," Mara said. "You've shown everyone that humans are not just clever, they are adaptable and brave." Tovo added, "The casino tests more than skill. It tests spirit. And yours is strong." Ren looked around at the glowing chamber, the cheering crowd, and the floating platforms. The big game was over, but the nights in the casino were far from finished. He had proven that humans could rise above expectations, that ingenuity and courage were forces no alien could ignore. As Ren stepped down from the arena, he felt something important: the casino was not just a place of games. It was a place of challenge, learning, and recognition. And tonight, humans had earned their place among the galaxy's best. Ren smiled. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, new games, and new surprises, but he was ready. Humans could adapt, think, and overcome. Tonight, the galaxy had seen it for the first time. The next morning, Ren returned to the casino, still glowing in neon light. Word of his victory in the big game had spread quickly. Players whispered about the human who had outsmarted some of the galaxy's most skilled competitors. Some were curious, some skeptical, and some openly cautious. Tovo and Mara joined him as he walked through the main hall. "People are watching you now," Tovo said. "Not all of them are friendly. Some may try to trick you or challenge you unfairly." Ren nodded. Humans were used to challenges. Observation, strategy, and creativity had always been their strengths. "Then we just need to stay sharp," he said. Their first stop was a game hall Ren had not explored before. Holographic machines hummed softly, and alien players moved with careful precision. One table glowed brighter than the rest, showing a puzzle with multiple floating layers. Each layer shifted unpredictably, hiding the next step until the previous one was solved. Ren studied it carefully. Most players tried random movements or brute force, failing repeatedly. Ren noticed small clues, subtle light changes, tiny delays, and irregular movements. Humans could notice small details that others overlooked. With patience and careful planning, Ren aligned the layers step by step. The puzzle clicked into place, and light swept across the table. Nearby players looked at him with surprise. One alien whispered to another, "He sees what we cannot. He thinks differently." Mara smiled. "Exactly. That is the human advantage." Tovo nodded. "Yes, ingenuity. It is often stronger than power or speed." As Ren moved to the next challenge, a small alarm sounded. Holographic walls shifted, revealing hidden corridors. Security drones hovered nearby, small and fast, scanning the area. Some of the top players had tried to reach these corridors before but failed. Ren observed their patterns. The drones moved in predictable ways, pausing briefly before each sweep. Using timing and precision, Ren guided Mara and Tovo through the gaps, avoiding detection. Every step required careful observation and quick thinking. Once they reached the inner chamber, Ren noticed an unusual device, a console controlling multiple challenges simultaneously. He realized that the casino owner was testing more than skill. This was a test of strategy, foresight, and leadership. "Look at this," Mara said, examining the console. "If we understand it, we can influence the outcome of multiple challenges at once." Ren smiled faintly. "Then let's do it carefully. We do not want to break anything, just learn and adapt." Step by step, Ren studied the system. He noticed hidden patterns and sequences, subtle interactions between games, and ways to guide outcomes using intelligence rather than force. Humans were not physically the strongest, but their minds could see connections others missed. A soft chime sounded, and a holographic panel appeared: "Final test, adapt or fall behind." Ren understood immediately. The casino was watching. Every move mattered, not just in one game, but across multiple challenges. Other top players entered the chamber, curious and wary. Some attempted to manipulate the systems aggressively, making mistakes. Ren stayed calm, using observation, careful timing, and cooperation with Mara and Tovo. Together, they completed the final test efficiently, solving problems that had stumped other players. The room filled with golden light, and a voice echoed softly, "Human ingenuity recognized. Adaptation and strategy rewarded." Ren felt a thrill. Humans were small compared to many alien species, but they could think differently, act creatively, and overcome challenges that seemed impossible. His heart swelled with pride, not for victory alone, but for proving that humans had unique strengths in a galaxy full of competition. The silver-haired alien from the big game appeared again, floating calmly. "You do not just win, human. You understand. That is rare." Ren nodded respectfully. "Thank you. Humans rely on thinking, observing, and adapting. Sometimes that is more important than strength or speed." The alien smiled faintly. "Indeed. Others may overlook it, but those who recognize it will follow your example." Tovo and Mara joined Ren as the chamber doors opened to the main hall. Players turned to watch as the trio emerged. Ren had shown them that humans could rise above expectations, not by being the fastest or strongest, but by using ingenuity, strategy, and courage. Mara whispered, "You've proven something important. Humans are underestimated, but that is our power. We can see what others miss and find solutions where others fail." Ren nodded. "Yes. Tonight, everyone in this casino and maybe beyond will know that humans are clever, adaptable, and brave. That is how we survive. That is how we thrive." As they moved forward, the neon lights of the casino shimmered around them. The games, the challenges, and the mysteries of the hidden chambers still awaited. Ren felt ready. Humans had a special strength, and tonight, that strength shone brighter than any alien skill. And somewhere in the shadows, observers nodded quietly. The human who moved differently, who thought differently, and who used ingenuity over force had earned recognition. The nights in the casino were far from over, but Ren had shown that humans could rise above, shine, and inspire even in a galaxy full of clever beings. The final night in the casino arrived, and the glowing lights reflected across Ren's determined face. Word of his victories and clever strategies had spread across the galaxy. Players, spectators, and even the casino staff watched him with curiosity and respect. Humans were small, often underestimated, yet this human had proven that intelligence and creativity could surpass speed, strength, or experience. Tovo and Mara walked beside him. "Tonight is special," Tovo said quietly. "The casino recognizes those who excel not just in skill, but in spirit. And you, Ren, have shown both." Mara nodded. "You've taught them something they will not forget. Humans can adapt, think, and lead when others hesitate. That is our real strength." Ren felt a mixture of pride and calm determination. He had come here to explore and challenge himself, but he realized that the journey had become more than a personal adventure. It was a statement: humans could shine, even in a galaxy full of powerful and clever beings. The big arena, where the final recognition ceremony took place, floated above the casino like a star among the lights. Ren and his friends entered, and the crowd hushed. Holographic banners displayed images of the challenges he had completed, the puzzles he had solved, and the clever solutions he had used. Aliens whispered to each other, some in disbelief, others in admiration. A voice echoed across the arena: "The human has completed every challenge. He has demonstrated ingenuity, courage, and adaptability. Let all witnesses recognize his achievement." Ren stepped forward as the voice continued. Holographic lights shifted around him, forming a glowing circle. He felt no fear, only pride and purpose. Humans were small, yes, but their minds were powerful. Their courage, creativity, and ability to think differently could overcome almost any obstacle. The silver-haired alien from before floated beside him. "You are remarkable," he said. "Others have tried for years to achieve what you have done in only nights. Your mind, your spirit, it is rare." Ren smiled. "Thank you. Humans are not always strong or fast, but we can see connections, adapt, and find solutions. That is what allows us to survive and sometimes thrive where others fail." The alien nodded. "Tonight, the galaxy will see that humans are clever, brave, and worthy of respect." Tovo and Mara joined Ren in the glowing circle. "We should celebrate," Mara said softly. "Not just the victories, but the recognition that humans can shine in any world." Ren looked around. The casino, the games, the floating platforms, and the watching crowd all reflected in the golden light. It was a moment of triumph, not for wealth or power, but for intellect, courage, and ingenuity. Humans had shown that even when underestimated, they could rise above expectations. A series of holographic doors opened, revealing new opportunities, invitations to intergalactic councils, exploration missions, and roles that required insight, creativity, and leadership. Ren realized that his journey in the casino had prepared him for more than games. It had prepared him to represent humans in the wider galaxy. Mara smiled. "The adventure doesn't end here. We have shown them what humans can do. Now, we can continue exploring, learning, and proving ourselves in even bigger ways." Tovo added, "Yes. The casino was only the first test. But the lessons will last a lifetime. You have set an example for humans everywhere." Ren felt a warm pride. Humans might have seemed small and fragile in a galaxy full of advanced species, but their creativity, intelligence, and courage were unmatched. Tonight, he had proven it. He turned to the glowing city below the casino, the stars beyond, and the alien spectators who had watched with awe. This was more than a victory in games. It was proof that humans could rise above expectations, inspire others, and leave a lasting mark. The night deepened, and Ren, Tovo, and Mara stepped onto a balcony overlooking the city. Lights shimmered, reflecting possibilities and adventures yet to come. Ren smiled faintly. "We've only begun," he said. "The galaxy is vast, full of challenges and surprises. But humans can shine, no matter where we go." Mara laughed softly. "Yes, and now everyone knows it." Tovo nodded. "The human has set a legacy tonight. Others will remember it, and new generations will be inspired to explore, adapt, and overcome." Ren took a deep breath, feeling the cool night air of space around him. The casino had been a place of challenge, discovery, and recognition. But the true lesson was clear: ingenuity, courage, and the willingness to think differently could conquer even the most difficult obstacles. As the neon lights of the casino reflected in his eyes, Ren realized something important. Humans might be small in size, but their minds, hearts, and spirit were mighty. The galaxy had seen it now. And this was only the beginning. The human who had conquered the knights in the casino smiled, ready for the next adventure. The stars awaited, the galaxy called, and the human spirit shone brighter than ever before.